More and more people are finding out they or their children have dangerous allergies to foods such as peanuts or dairy or gluten.
And if you love desserts or you love to bake, what are you going to do? Cybele Pascal has a son with severe allergy, 2 sons with severe allergies, so she had to figure it out. She now has put out this cookbook, the Allergen-Free Baker's Handbook, and Cybele joins us now to show us how she did this.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me on.
Okay, so give us a little bit about your personal story and what brought you to this.
It's a very personal story. My first son, Lennon, was diagnosed with multiple food allergies in 2001, and so I sort of had to revise the way I cooked from scratch. I had a cooking background. Thankfully, I had worked in restaurants, so I had that on my side. And then my second son was also diagnosed with food allergies. So I sort of revised my entire kitchen and started writing cookbooks for the many people out there like myself, my son, my other son, and my husband.
Wow, mouthful. And so you've come up with this wonderful cookbook, and you are going to make some brownies for us, right?
I am. Now, thanks for having me on. I'm here to do the Gluten-Free Cooking Expo in Lisle, Illinois this weekend. It's a gluten-free cooking expo and vendor fair. It's Saturday and Sunday, so I'm cooking, and there's also a wonderful vendor fair with 60 vendors.
Okay, so what are we making then?
This is my fudge brownie from this new cookbook, and it is a gluten-free, allergen-free brownie. And I chose to bring it on because it features Enjoy Life products, which are a local allergen-free company. Enjoy Life chips, and in the Blondies, it's Enjoy Life chocolate. So what I've done is I've pre-melted 6 ounces of baking chocolate, unsweetened, with half a cup of dairy-free, soy-free vegetable shortening. I've already melted that.
I'm going to ask you about that. Okay.
So that's what's replacing butter in this. I'm going to add to it 2 cups of just plain old granulated sugar. Now, the thing about this recipe that's so special is that it's working without eggs and without gluten. You can work without gluten if you have eggs. You can work without eggs if you have gluten. But
what if you don't have?
So this was really the kicker for me in this book. This was the hardest recipe and the one I'm the most proud of because I was able to get it right.
Yeah, because otherwise, did you use egg substitutes? Is that what you did?
Well, what I did for this one, usually I use applesauce or an egg replacer or yogurt. This one I brought on, it's prune puree, which is literally actually baby food.
Oh, really?
It's just Gerber prune puree.
What did you think of that?
I thought, well, the applesauce isn't giving it that really nice, rich color and texture. And I kept thinking about it. I thought, well, how about prune puree? It will really work nicely with the chocolate. And lo and behold, it really is the most perfect egg replacer for that.
Yeah,
I mean, you're the
good for you too, right?
Chocolatey, rich, delicious.
Okay.
This is a tablespoon of gluten-free vanilla extract. So there's that. This is also a very simple recipe to make with kids because it has only a few ingredients.
Okay.
Next, I'm going to mix together my flour mix. This is a gluten-free flour mix. You can either use the recipe in my book and mix it up yourself, or Authentic Foods has come out with a pre-mixed classic blend, gluten-free classical blend right here.
And what is it made of? Rice, almond, or?
Super fine, no almonds, no nuts. Super fine brown rice flour, potato starch, and tapioca starch. Same exact proportions in my book as are in this product. So it's easy. Half a teaspoon of xanthan gum, most important ingredient in gluten-free baking. It replaces the structure usually provided by gluten in wheat flour. And this is a tablespoon of baking powder, double-action baking powder, which is going to help with the rise. Mix that up. And again, there's going to be cooking demos this weekend at this Gluten-Free Cooking Expo, and lots of wonderful vendors, including Enjoy Life.
Well, we can put it all together.
You put it all together,
and then bake it.
You mix it up. You add these Enjoy Life chocolate chips. Spread it in the pan and cook it for 55 minutes.
And we end up with this.
And I have to say, this really is yummy. It's rich and chocolatey. It's very, very good.
And it lasts for days, which is also key.
Yeah, we've been tasting it too, and it is good. So remind everybody, Cybele is going to be appearing at that Gluten-Free Expo. It is this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. It's at the Wyndham Hotel in Lisle, and Cybele is going to be there on Saturday starting at 3 o'clock. If you'd like to meet her and find out about this cookbook, for more information, go to our website, abc7chicago.com.
Thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Still ahead, the band Honor Society returns to Chicago.